All right, so we want to talk about Nolan Wells today.
So today, we actually know someone that works transporting bodies, human remains, and things like that. So today I got a call from that person, and they were just talking about the body that they
Came across. This was Nolan Wells.
So before knowing all that, he said that the body was mistreated.
Yeah.
It looked abused. It looked like he was tortured. Looked as if he was burnt, maybe.
Where?
Face, body, said he was burnt.
And not only that, his body was mistreated when they transported him.
So as they were transporting him, he was actually face down. So everyone knows when you're transporting the body, when, only a couple of people work that job, they all know you don't transport the body face down. That's kind of very disrespectful. So you always have them face up. Well, specifically his body whatever reason was face down. And me personally, I took that as disrespect.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to the family.
Yes, definitely.
Because all we know is what they put out
on the internet.
But today, we actually found out a lot about his autopsy without even reading the autopsy.
Yeah.
It's heartbreaking.
I'm so sorry that family have to go through this. Really just...
I want to give our condolences to the family, as a mom or
moms, grandmothers,
dads, family, period. We give the most prayers to you, and we stand behind you because we know right what really happened.
Right. So,
and at the end of the day, whatever lies those families have covered up, or whatever lies they're trying to cover, we're sorry.
Yeah.
And we're here for you, and we just want you to know that what was seen today
was unacceptable. It's unacceptable, and that's why we want to inform what's going on during the transport. Like
this
that
isn't something you can be quiet on
at all.
When you've seen something so heartbreaking as a child, go through something traumatic.
Yes.
It hurts to know that was done to him in the ways that we can't even express.
Right.
And as a person, you should have some type of humanity.
Right.
And I felt like those people who was transporting him did not have humanity in no way, shape, or form. Because if I can feel the way I feel about this situation, just listening to what happened, you also can listen to what happened to this child.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that is a child that you did that to.
Right.
So this child needs justice. Because we're not going to sleep until he gets it.
At all. And I heard the feds are in Mississippi right now. So justice for Nolan Wells.
No matter what.
Our heart goes out to his mom, his family, everybody.
And just know, families.
Breaking news, Nolan Wells' autopsy results are now in, and we now have GPS data showing exactly where the boat went throughout the day. So Nolan Wells' official autopsy was performed on July 7th at the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's office, and an independent autopsy commissioned by the family was scheduled shortly after, meaning as of today, both autopsies have been completed. And full and final autopsy results usually take between 6 to 12 weeks to be released, but preliminary findings are usually available and released within 24 to 72 hours. And the attorney Ben Crum said that independent autopsy results were in and expected to be released Friday, July 10th. However, they were delayed due to issues transporting Wells' body, which is making people wonder why the preliminary findings of the official autopsy have not yet been released when it was performed before the independent autopsy. I mean, what are they waiting for? Are they waiting for the results of the independent autopsy to be released first? And if so, that is wrong on so many levels. They have also released GPS data tracking the movements of the boat that carried Nolan.
And that's how I know these crackers are lying. You are completely right. If somebody's gonna catch another ride, why would they leave their cell phone? Have you met a Gen Z or Gen Alpha, anybody that does not let go of their cell phone? Shit, I'm a millennial and my cell phone is glued to my hand. I sleep and my hand is in this shape.
Now we all have an idea of why Nolan's friends is quiet on the motherfucking creek, okay? Because we got the GPS tracking, baby, and GPS tracking does not lie. But it also doesn't explain the actions of a person during that time unless it's captured on surveillance or we got hardcore motherfucking evidence. But here's what we do know. We do know that the boat left from its original dock at 9:56 a.m., made it to Horns Island at 11:14. And not gonna lie, I'm gonna give them credit. They did say they left the Horns Island without Nolan around 4:30ish. Around that time, they did. It shows that they left Horns Island at 4:31 and went back to the original dock and made it there at 4:35. But what's not accounted for is the fact that they had left the original dock at 4:35 and went to Fort Bayou. That was never mentioned. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, and after they left from Fort Bayou, they went back to the original dock, made it there at 6:06 p.m. And guess what, y'all? They went back to Fort Bayou, made it there at 7:19. So these are additional stops that they have made, and they will have to answer to. And that's all I'm gonna say.
So what's going on, everybody? I'm hoping that you're well today, and this is just an update on what is revolving around Nolan Xavier. Apparently, you know that this is one of the teenagers who went to have fun with his friends, and he did not return. So he did not return because he went somewhere else, or maybe he decided to go out of Mississippi and have fun. No, he did not return because his life was cut short by the people. I don't know. Yeah, so basically there are people who are coming forward, the people who went to transport the body from where it was to the health facility. They are saying that that boy, the face, the body, everything was very dismantled. Everything was not okay. It looked, or rather seemed, like something had happened. He was either beaten or just something bad. You remember when the Coast Guards actually said that they identified Nolan Xavier by the dental formula. They did not speak about the face, something like that, no. But there are these two ladies who are actually healthcare providers. They are saying that that boy, the face, everything was dismantled. Everything was just in a mess. And basically, most of you are coming forth and just talking about racism. Yes, this could be something to do with racism, and it's so rampant, and these are patterns that are going on over and over again. This is not the first time this has happened. This is not the first time a black person literally dies when they are with the white people, you know. And this is sickening because we are going back and forth. But now the question that most people are asking is if this was reversed back, if black people were involved in this, and then the deceased would be a white person, we couldn't be talking right now. All hands would be on the deck. Maybe even the president would have released a press statement. Every hands would be on the deck, and those people who are involved, they would be somewhere else right now. So this is to a point where I'm kind of asking people's conscience, especially the parents to those white kids that Nolan Xavier was having. And then there's also no transparency about the autopsy and all that. There's a lot of hiccups into this story, because right now they're talking about the GPS of the phone, where the phone was before it was taken to the parents, you know. Yeah, so everything is just not okay. Everything is not going okay, and it's just getting worse day by day, because for how long are black people going to experience this kind of ruthlessness when it comes to even hanging out? It's becoming unsafe for kids and all that. This is something that people have been trying to fight over and over again, but now you are taking us back to the point where we are going to be telling black kids, you know what, those are not your friends. You're not supposed to hang out with them. Yeah, these are patterns that people have been trying to get away from, to be able to rectify and all that. But it's so sad that the life of this young boy was cut short. And maybe the authority will do something. We could just sit and wait for them to see if they're going to receive justice, something like that. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm trusting again that you are doing well. Just in case you're new here, my name is Yvonne, and you are welcome to being part of my online family. Perhaps you can subscribe. I will really appreciate that, because that is the only way you will support me into making such kind of informative content. Let me know what you think about this topic. Do you think for once this boy's family is gonna get justice? And are those kids in custody? I'm just asking, I don't know, are those kids in custody? Because again, just remember, if it was not you, the black skin like me, we wouldn't be talking about this story. All hands were going to be on the deck, and something is suspicious. Something is not just adding on. So ladies and gentlemen, you know how we do. Until next time.